welcome back to Inside the 261. My partner in crime, Jeff Hersh, is not here today, but he will be back with us next time. And we both know that the theme of March is luck, and we are lucky today to have Jennifer Winter, who is our district CTE specialist. And Jennifer, for those who are not aware of what CTE stands for, what does it stand for?
A career in technical education.
All right. Well, and I wanted to start with a statistic. I was not aware that 60% of our campus high school students go straight from high school right into the workforce, and that is where you come in. So tell us about your role in the district.
Okay. Well, at campus, a lot of people are familiar that we have a lot of in-house work-based learning opportunities. Like we have the bank for our business finance pathway. We have the coffee shop for business management. We have for culinary, the kids have the Gallup, so they'll make some food. We have our student trainers for health science. We have Colt Branded for manufacturing. But the biggest part of my job is helping kids who want to do some work-based learning, but maybe outside of school, so outside of campus. So, with some of the other pathways, getting them maybe shadowing an accountant or another opportunity outside of school.
That is fantastic. So tell us about some of the other programs that kids can do through the CTE program. Like, what are some of the pathways?
Okay, so I just mentioned 5. So the other 7, and campus teachers, I apologize if I miss one. We have media design. We have programming, we have networking, we have with the FACS department, we've got teaching, we've got early childhood, we've got fashion, apparel, interior design, we've got family, community pathway, and then in the tech ed department, besides the one that I already mentioned, we have I mentioned manufacturing. We have mobile equipment maintenance, so that's auto. Okay. We have engineering, automation engineering, energy, and construction.
So many wonderful
17
avenues for students to go through.
It's 17 pathways.
That is outstanding. So what type of partnerships does this take with the community and with higher education?
Okay, well, the schools that we work with the most are WSU Tech and then Hutchinson Community College. And we have some with Cali and other ones, but those are probably the 2 big ones. Okay. Currently, we have a student who's at Professional Engineering Consultants for electrical engineering. Chisholm Steakhouse, we have some kids in the culinary that are cooking better than I ever could. And then for the fall, I've got 17 kids in the fall so far who we're in the process of finding them a place. So we have a City of Haysville, Advanced Physical Therapy, Ascension Hospital, and several accountants where we're in the process of getting it set up.
I'm glad there's so many kids in the program.
Yes. Yeah, we're still enrolling, so we're finishing up enrolling, so hopefully it does nothing but grow.
If a student wanted to be involved in the program, how would they go about doing that?
They would actually, you can look online, and we've got the pathway booklet online, and it sort of outlines, classes you need to take. But when you get up to campus, we've got posters everywhere. We talk about it with enrollment, so kids will know sort of from the get-go if they're into something. If you're interested in business, maybe take an intro to business class your freshman year. If you're interested in tech ed and FACS, and some of those classes like computer apps, some of the focus on careers you can actually take in the 8th grade level. So then you could get a head start on that pathway.
That is terrific. And I know we have businesses out here that are going to want to become involved as well. So what if they wanted to host an intern? How would a business go about getting involved?
Best way would probably be just to email me at Campus High School. So jewinter@usd261.com.
And we will put those resources on this video so the students and the businesses can both find them. And we're super excited because we are going to be interviewing a couple of your success stories from the program.
Awesome.
So we're excited to meet them.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Jennifer.
Well, thanks for having me.
This wonderful program together.
Well, I wasn't the only one.
It takes a lot
I'm
of
just
people.
part of it. I'm just part of it, yes.
We are super excited today on Inside the 261 because it is our first time to have USD 261 students. So thank you for joining us, ladies.
Yes, of course.
Let's start with you telling us a little bit about yourselves, your names, where you go to school, and what grade you're in.
My name is Kehlen. I go to school at Campus High School, and I'm a senior.
Welcome, Kehlen.
Thank you. My name is Addison Jensen. I also go to Campus High School, and I'm also a senior.
And these two have some famous parents in the district, so we want to hear about that. Who are they?
Mr. and Mrs. Craig. My dad works at HMS, and my mom is at campus.
Okay.
My dad is Mr. Jensen. He's a principal at campus.
And they do an outstanding job for us here in the district, and we are glad that they raise such wonderful daughters to come visit with us today.
Thank you.
We know you're involved in the CTE program. Tell us a little bit about your involvement.
We were both part of the CNA program, so we got to work in the classroom doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. The CNA program, it was very helpful, and I was also in the sports medicine program. I took all 4 sports medicine classes, and yeah, it's great.
Well, when I spoke to Mrs. Winter I said, I want 2 students that represent the cream of the crop of the program, and she said, these 2 ladies for sure. I said, that would be fantastic. Well, tell me where you're working and whether you're enjoying it or not.
We work at Anthem Memory Care, and I do enjoy it. Every single time I go, I find it to be super exciting, and it's like never the same, so I really like it. Yeah, it can be challenging at times, but I think that the people there really make it more fun, I think.
That's nice that you both get to work together. It's always nice to have a friend at work.
Yes.
Do you feel like the CTE program prepared you well for your job, and if so, how?
I do think it prepared us well for our job. With our CNA class that we took through WSU Tech, we did clinicals. We went to different hospitals and nursing homes where we got to decide where we would fit in best for our future jobs.
Well, I know there's a lot of other students that would be interested in this program as well. What advice would you give other students that are wanting to do CTE?
I would tell them to take it seriously, always show up to class, and not be afraid to ask questions, so whenever you get to the experience part of it, you're not challenged by not knowing what to do.
I wish everybody that I've worked with would follow that great advice. Show up and do your best. That's fantastic. Well, we are going to wrap up today with a launch from Steve Jobs, who said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do." And I'm definitely one of those lucky ones that gets to love what she does every day. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside the 261, and we hope you join us next time.
Inside the 261. Inside the 261. Inside the 261. Inside the 261.